Now, when I came out here, I mentioned that this franchise has been going on for 9 years. We're like approaching a decade of the Vampire Diaries here. Is that like a Can you even like fathom that?
Well, we've decided that Danielle was like barely born when this all started, so that was the big shocker. You know what? It's cool. Like it's cool to step into the stage of the Salvatore house, built on a new stage, but knowing that all that wood and all the floors and all the furniture will have seen 8 years of history on the Vampire Diaries and is now moving, and it's still there, and so you feel Ian's smirk or Paul's hair in the bones of the set, and I kind of love it.
Now I really need to come to set. And you've always wanted to do, you and I have spoken, you've always really wanted to do like a boarding school show at some point. So is this kind of like in so many ways, it really is like a full circle thing for you?
Totally. I didn't go to boarding school. I went to public school. So movies like Dead Poets Society always kind of like captivated me. And then obviously Harry Potter captivated all of us. And so I like to say that this show is like my love letter to Harry Potter and to Buffy, frankly, delivered in the package of our vampire universe.
Yeah. And Matt, we were talking earlier about how officially now, Alaric is the only character who has appeared on all 3 shows. Did you ever think that like he would be the thread that ties this all together?
No, I've been pleasantly surprised. We were talking earlier when Alaric was first brought on in season 1, it was only supposed to be like a 4-episode arc. And so to be on this journey with Julie and everyone else for the last 9 years has been great. So yeah, I'm glad that Alaric pulled off the hat trick. He's been in everyone, weaving his way through, driving everyone crazy. So yeah, it's great. And I'm thrilled that we get to do this trilogy, to complete the trilogy now. It's not a spin-off, it's a trilogy.
For now, it is a trilogy, for now.
You're going to make that happen, aren't you? You're going to make that work.
I am. It's a trilogy. So I'm just glad that we get to tell the story, because I don't think it was finished, and I think this will bring it to completion. So
I would say it was definitely not finished. And we saw quite a few new faces up there. Can you kind of intro us to a couple of the new characters that we can expect to get to know?
Yeah, no, we've got a great new group of people. We have a character named Landon, who you guys saw quite a bit of in that promo, because he actually is introduced on this Wednesday's episode, which is our second to last episode of the originals. So you'll get a quick look at him then, and now he is one of the ensemble of legacies, along with the Saltzman twins at age going on 16, going on 40. And as definitely a product of their upbringing. There's a lot of Caroline Forbes in those girls, and there's a lot of sassy Saltzman. So I'm excited about that. And then a new character who's not yet related to anybody in the vampire universe, named MG, who's just a wonderful spitfire of energy and a vampire on the show. And then we actually just finally cast our missing piece, a character, Raphael, who's a hot werewolf with anger management issues. And we just literally 24 hours ago cast Peyton Alex Smith, who's...
Wait, who?
Google him, he's very handsome.
A handsome werewolf on this show? I can't believe it.
I have to Google him.
Right now?
Google him, do it.
Hold on, Matt is Googling his new castmate.
What's his name?
Peyton Alex.
Peyton Alex, is that with a P-E-Y?
Uh-huh, yep.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
You can all start Googling.
Yeah.
Danielle, Hope is finally, she's had a love interest on the originals, but he was a jerk. And so are you looking forward to spending some time with maybe a nice human?
Am I looking? I'm sorry, I was focused on Matt's reaction to
Yeah, he's very handsome. He's a very handsome man.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, he'll fit in nicely. Are you looking forward to kind of getting to play a romantic relationship with somebody, with a nice human boy?
Well, do we know that yet, though? I don't know. We don't know if he's nice. I am. Last season of the originals, Hope screamed and cried a lot, and she went through a lot, and she has gone through a lot since the 2 years that we pick up from the originals. And so even with what we've shot so far, we're on day 3 of production. it's been really nice to see Hope kind of have a little bit of normalcy. Hope has like no friends, and so it's nice to actually get to infuse my own teenage experience in my role. It is.
That's very sad.
Guys,
Right?
everyone here will be your friend.
I'll be your friend.
I'm your friend.
Oh no, I mean I have friends.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant Jesus.
I swore I was going to go easy on her. What about other, there were so many like iconic places in Mystic Falls that people remember. I know there was a line up there about them crashing the dances at the local high school. Should we expect, is the town itself going to play like a large role in the show?
It will, for sure. I mean, and, we'll see Mystic Falls High School again, I think it's fair to say,
Yeah.
based on a script we just finished. That building is not ours anymore. So,
The building actually belongs to Black Lightning.
Black Lightning
Yeah.
has it.
Yeah, so like Black Lightning took over the Vampire Diaries stages.
And the exterior of Mystic Falls High School is always the exterior of the production office. So it's, but it's...
Crossover.
You will see all those places, which are amazing, and that's part of the fun. It's a love letter.
Can you talk about the rivalry that's growing between the Salvatore School and Mystic?
Can you?
Well,
You just did.
I think we should.
Well, I thought
You should.
Well,
Yeah.
No, you'll see that. It's good.
Yeah, no. I mean, the whole cover story for the show is that these kids are thought of to be the troubled rich kids behind the gates off Old Miller Road. And so the locals in the town and the local high school kids think that they're just excuse my language, the assholes at the rich kids school. And so every time there's any kind of interaction between what were basically the Matt Donovans and the Elena Gilberts and the Carolines and the Bonnies of season 1 Vampire Diaries with these kids, we see the other side of what it feels like to be different, going into a very small town's cliquey environment. And we did actually we named a character Dana as an homage, and I do believe you, Brett, can spoil. What line did you put in episode 2?
Not now, Dana?
Not now, Dana.
Dana.
Yes.
Dana episode 2, yes.
So we're doing a lot of little fun things like that.
Oh, I love that. Now, is this for people who, I can't imagine anybody who has not seen either of the shows at this point, but is this the kind of thing where you can like dive in if you're not familiar with the universe at all, or is it like you should go back and research your 13 seasons? How many?
Yeah, no, don't do that. No, I think come in fresh, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought when I read it for the first time. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, you don't need to know about the Vampire Diaries or the originals to really enjoy what's happening.
If you've watched both shows, there's a lot of history that is infused within the new show. But if you haven't, it's a complete show of its own. Very different, very fresh, very fun. So it's exciting.
It's a gateway drug. What's
Okay.
great about it is you can totally just jump in, but if you do go back and watch the show, or you are huge fans of the show, there's a lot there for you
Yeah.
that you will understand on a deep level that other people don't need, but it's definitely there, always there.
Is it the kind of thing where like these characters are all like so beloved for so many years. Do you have like a little encyclopedia in your head and you like know where everybody is now, like what they're up to, or is it more like...
Lord. No, I actually don't. It's funny because I think that I know that Damon and Elena are together still. Sorry to some of you. Yay for some of you. I know that...
Getting on Twitter.
I know that Bonnie is being fierce all over the world. And, I'd like to see Bonnie on this show. I'd like to see her make an appearance at some point. I'll have to give Kat a call.
I know Stephanie's dead.
Stefan's still dead, sorry.
Spoilers. It's very...
Dream
But
sequence.
at peace.
He
Beautiful,
is,
beautiful
he,
peace.
he is at peace. It's true. Paul Wesley, I guess, is the one guy who can't really show up because Stefan is no more.
He's directing.
But he's going to direct an episode.
Yes.
Did you
I
say
said it first.
that? Damn it.
He just did.
I'm glad you did, actually, because then that means you're going to get in trouble.
No, we've revealed it before,
Okay, good,
right? That
okay.
was okay to say, right?
Yes, totally. But how funny if it wasn't. Danielle.
With the swift kick under the table.
Yeah, no, Paul's a really good director. I mean, really, really good director. He's going to do Roswell and he's going to do Legacies, and we're not going to let him near any mirrors when he's directing, so that he can't
Cover
can't
the
mess with
mirrors.
his hair.
Paul's coming in.
Because then it'll just be him fixing his hair and not directing.
God, at least he has it.